Hola amigos and welcome back to the ICCC. We are here with a very special guest. Super excited for Mark Anthony Austin. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show.
Great to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to sit down and get to talk to you for a few minutes and just get to know you a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
You having a good day so far?
I'm having an awesome day. It's like, it's a day I've been waiting like probably a year and a half for, like the first kind of like, back to normalcy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm having a good day.
Well, man, like I know we only have a short time today, but I wish I can crawl in your brain and get some of the memories of all the stuff you've worked on. But
it's too much stuff.
It's too much stuff.
I know, yeah, we were doing a little bit of research, and I mean, it's you guys probably know him better as portraying Boba Fett, but like if you dig deeper, man, you have been a part of some incredible stuff, and it's hard to rival being a part of Star Wars.
Yeah, I've been super privileged and super lucky to get, half of the things, the movies I worked on. It just, I like to feel like I've contributed something towards Hollywood,
Yeah.
in a small way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I definitely say so. Even if you don't recognize your name, I know people have seen your work. You've impacted their lives, and that's really
it's weird. It's like an HBO special will come on, and I'll be, I did that shot. I did that shot. And my wife's like, oh, God.
Well, right now,
just ate today.
Yeah. Right now, it's more like, what haven't you been a part of? Yeah. Like, some of the biggest titles I've ever seen. And one of them is like, besides Star Wars will always be number one. I want that on record. But other than that, Ready Player One is one of my most favorite movies outside of Star Wars. And I'm completely jealous. But I'll ask my question. You can go ahead.
No, go for it.
All right, so we'll get. We want the Boba Fett story, but I have to know, like, so you are in the. Is it the animation? What exactly with the pre-visualization effects? What does that mean exactly?
Pre-visualization is basically shot creation, shot design.
Yeah.
So, with any movie, it involves an army of people. It also involves millions and millions of dollars. And so it's how to kind of best plan for something that's going to be super expensive.
Yeah.
The best way to do it is to have a small group create that sequence, that expensive sequence, virtually with virtual sets, virtual actors, virtual effects, virtual vehicles. And then, when it comes to the actual shoot, the director knows what lens the camera has, what height the camera is, what direction it's pointed, how far the actors are from the camera. Everything is kind of planned out so that I spoke to a couple of the guys here actually last time I came to Nashville, and I said, do you, I can't remember who it was Clem Sowe, and he works on Guardians of the Galaxy. So I said,
another
do
favorite.
you love or hate previs? And he said, I love it because instead of having to like conjure the what the director wants, I can see it. Do this, and it's like, okay, I know what I'm going to look like, and so I can concentrate more on the acting instead of like, am I hitting my marks and stuff? Yeah. So that's basically what it is. It's saving. Spielberg said that on War of the Worlds, previs saved him $10 million off his budget.
Oh my gosh!
Where's my percentage of that $10 million?
Did you hear that, Josh? He just quoted Spielberg, man.
But that's why we do it, and it's also a touchy subject. I always called it. Can I say the?
Yes, go for it, my friend.
I was going to say the bastard child of Hollywood. Previs is the bastard child of Hollywood because nobody really wants to admit that it's out there. Because when I first started the Previs in 2009, first show I worked on was Arthur Christmas for Previs.
Yeah. Okay.
And I expected when Arthur Christmas came out on DVD that there'd be like bonus features.
Yeah.
And I'd see all the stuff I'd done, like my version of the final film, but rough, in the bonus features. And it wasn't on there. Okay. Next movie comes out. It's not on here either. And I don't know any movies that I've worked on that feature the previs in the bonus features. I'm not sure if it's because they don't want too many people knowing that someone other than the director has taken a creative hand in that sequence. I'm not sure. We work closely with the director if the director is available. Yeah. But usually it works out as the effects supervisor or the producer or both those two guys.
Oh my god!
Because sometimes the director's off actually shooting. Like I actually have an Oscar nomination for Love and Monsters. Didn't get credited on Love and Monsters, but I did the effects. And it's the director was off in Australia shooting, so he was in Queensland shooting.
Yeah.
We were working in, obviously in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And it's a time difference. We had to have our dailies at like 5:30 in the evening or something like that. And it's awkward. But the effects supervisor actually was Matt Sloan.
Uh-huh.
And Matt Sloan, for anyone who's like a real Star Wars buff, is Plo Koon.
Yeah.
So it was weird, coincidental that Plo Koon and Boba Fett got together to did the monster effects on Love and Monsters. So I hope it wins the Oscar because
that's amazing. We hope so too. And you've been doing this a long time, right? You actually did a film when you were really young that got nominated for a BAFTA. And
yeah, that was 88. Yeah, 1988.
So then you were doing that for so long, and then to kind of step into that role of Boba Fett. So was that quite a step out of the norm for what you normally do on films?
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Completely. Yeah. Completely. I mean, I was talking to somebody about they were asking me about playing Boba Fett, but talking to me as though I was an actor playing Boba Fett. And I said, you got to make a distinction between an actor probably would turn up and say, okay, what do I have to wear? Oh, that. Oh, it's kind of uncomfortable. It would just go with it. Oh, I can't really see that well. Just go with it. Okay, what I've got to do? And they do it, and that's their job.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like every piece of armor that went on was
yeah, dude.
Just like, can I feel Jeremy Bullock's sweat kind of in this fabric? It's got like, it's got. If I wear it long enough, will I become as cool as my heroes?
Just you saying that, I'm getting goosebumps because I can't imagine stepping on set, even just to play around and actually putting on the Boba Fett armor.
I know, that's what I mean. And the other thing was that, not being an actor, I was worried I was going to mess up. So I was so close to like being in a movie. I was dead nervous on the day. And I remember that the very first shot, they said, hold the gun. And I'd held the rifle. There's 2 times prior that I'd got to dress up in the suit. I'm not going to go into the whole story, but I got to dress up in it twice, and I got to walk around for 8 hours holding this gun. So I was pretty comfortable with this gun. First shot, hold the gun, walk on. Easy. Got the gun. He said, well, the silhouette isn't great. Could you, move it to your left a bit? Further. I'm like, really? He goes, and now walk forward. I'm like, really? This must look awful. But I watch it, it doesn't look like he wanted the gun to poke out. No. But I was dead nervous that I come this close to being in a movie and I was going to mess something up, and they would go, no, it's not working. Let's can it, because they didn't keep any of the camera data from the original shoot in 1976. So all the camera data that gives you the height of the camera, the lens of the camera, had been trashed. So they had to have me on the blue screen set. They had a fader, and they were fading between the original footage and what they could see through the camera with the blue screen. And so they were kind of guesstimating the height of the camera, the lens of the camera, so that the distortion was something that would match the plate. And it was very nerve-wracking, but
so
I made it in.
So you had that nervous, like, oh my God, I don't want to screw this up. But there's got to be one of those moments on set that just felt like you were in heaven. Do you have one of those moments that you could tell us about right quick? That was just like, oh my God, this is everything I want it to be Boba Fett.
It's funny because there was so much adrenaline pumping that I haven't got any clear memories, because everything was just so kind of like, disbelief. Dream come true. A lot of people say, oh, it must have been like a childhood dream come true. I said, no, because when I was a child, they never had director's cuts or re-releases with extra footage. It wasn't something I could be, I hope one day they make a director's cut and I get to be Boba Fett. That wasn't anything that would even occur to me. It is funny that as a kid, when they did release the Boba Fett action figure, all I had was the New Hope action figures, because Empire hadn't come out. But they had this, in the mail offer for Boba Fett. So all my games were New Hope, but with Boba Fett in. So it's so weird that end up being Boba Fett in New Hope.
Yeah.
Just like all my little games as a kid.
Huh.
And and the other thing that has come from being Boba Fett that I never saw was befriending all these people that were my heroes as kids.
Yeah.
And I get emails from them saying, "Oh, be safe when you're in Nashville," and stuff like that. And it's like my heroes.
Yeah.
I had I was recently with Daniel Logan, and he was looking over my toy collection because I guess he wanted to see if there's anything sellable in there. He goes, "All this stuff has been played with." I was like, "Duh." So last night I had dinner with Jim Swearingen. I said, "Jim," I said, "Okay, your word is gold here. So, did you design these plastic action figures to be collected and kept in boxes or to be played with?" He said, "Played with." I said, "Okay, I did it the right way." So, sorry, Daniel, I did it the right way. So.
That's amazing. Well, man, it's been such a pleasure getting to know you better and talking to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure.
If you want to get to know him better, come down yourself to the ICCC here, and be here all weekend, right?
Yep, all week.
Awesome.
All week even. No, 3 days. 3 days.
They'll have to kick him out. He'll be here. He'll be on the street. You have to give him a ride. No. So thank you again. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.